Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for registering for my Let Your Light Shine design. Looking forward to painting with you guys on Friday on Zoom. And if you can't make it, don't worry, it will be recorded. Somebody asked me that registered if I could do a little video on how to put the texture on. And some of you guys are probably all organized and ready to go. I'm actually in the studio today prepping for Friday. We had a nice long weekend here for Thanksgiving. So, anyhow, here's the design. And this is just going to be a quick little video. I've started prepping my piece, so I have it on an 11 by 14 canvas. And my demonstration piece will be the same size. So as I started to paint, I just thought, you know what? I'm going to show you guys how to do one sunflower. So bear with me. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. And if you've done this already and it's not the same as mine, don't worry about it. It's all good. This is just the undercoat. Um, I know I said in the notes that the third sunflower was kind of a little bit of an afterthought. I had two on, but it was like it needed that. It really needed that third one. Okay, so you can see I've got the two on, and I'll just do a quick coat for my third one, and I'll show you the center, and then I'll put the texture on. So I have squirted out some canyon orange and some golden straw. I had you guys do a quick coat on here. I said just one coat because I know when I painted the design, I was doing the sunflowers after, and it just took a while to really build up the colors. And even if we get some background paint on them, that's okay. We can take it off while it's wet, or we can paint over top. But just doing three sunflowers with the repetitive techniques, I just thought that this would really help to move things along. So I've got a number 2 round. This is, I think in the notes, I probably would have said use something like a 6, because this is the Zen line and it's the long handled brush. So it's really big for a number 2 round. So I'm not going to overthink this. I'm just putting on a little bit of the orange. Using a dirty brush, picking up a little bit of the golden straw and just highlighting to kind of separate my petals and blending it through a little bit. But you can see there's so much going on in the background that these do not have to be perfect because they will definitely need to be touched up. So I just keep my paper towel in hand and I just kind of pinch wipe my brush, and actually maybe we'll get a little bit orange at the tip here because it's kind of looks like it's going in behind that other sunflower. If you find it easier on some of them, you can start with the yellow. Wipe out your brush, pick up a little touch of orange. Blend it through. So again, if you keep some background showing through, that's totally fine. See if I can speed this up and just paint a couple at a time. You just need your paint wet in order to blend it. So a little bit's paint at a time. Don't overthink it. Just a nice little undercoat. I'm just going to turn my piece here. It's always easier to pull towards yourself. So sometimes when I put my color down, if it's like way too much, I just pinch wipe my brush, remove the heavy paint, and then just go back and kind of use what's on the surface. So and if it goes on a little streaky, I always say that's good when we're painting flowers. Kind of just helps to create maybe a little vein or into the sunflower. So there, I think that looks pretty good. So then I just thought, well, I'm on camera here. Let's use a little bit of the, what color was it? It was deep ochre for the centers, and these don't have to be solid. I just have a little deerfoot stipple brush. And I don't know if I did this so much on my first one, but this one I'm just kind of pulling a little more into the center. And I know I've got a lot more colors I'm going to put on, so I'm not too concerned about getting it on really solid. Let's just trying to make the class go nice and smooth and comfortable for you guys. So you can see how that kind of helps for the shape a little bit. And then even if you just want to kind of lightly stipple in the center. I did the same thing to this one. Might just stipple in just a little bit more in the center. So it just gives it a nice shape. And then I feel like this one, you just see a little bit more of, it kind of looks a little bit more like a button or something. And then we'll just stipple a little more through the top here. Okay. So now I'm going to pull out my crackle medium. So I have the Decor Media crackle paste. I will zoom out a little bit here. We'll just get the original out. So I have in the notes that I've really hit it a little more around the outside edges. And then I've suggested some possible leaves. Doesn't maybe have to be quite as thick in and around the flowers. And honestly, like this is so layered at the end, we'll skim white and different colors onto our canvas as well. But you can see how it's nice with the crackle medium, especially in that, I love this corner, how the colors just kind of grab into that texture and just makes it look really interesting. You can see even at the end, we take a palette knife and kind of go around the outside edge with probably soft black, mix of brown and black. So I tried to give you guys some good colored photos. And the palette knife that I like to use, this is actually just a little plastic one and it's not really big. I find it's just kind of nice and flexible. So I'm going to start in that corner. So I just zoomed in a little bit just so you can see. So I just put it on the back of my palette knife. You don't have to tint this or anything. And I just kind of skim it on. Sometimes I pat with it. And I like to get some nice little heavy spots. So you'll get nice wide cracks with it. And I do take my finger if it starts to go over the edge and I'll just pick it up. So, all right, Debbie, I'm not even really looking at my photo. You can never do this the same, but okay, I'm gonna zoom out now. So just try not to make all the exact same pattern. It's up here. So sometimes I use the modeling paste too. I'm just checking my notes here. Just I thought, oh, did I use it? No, I never, Deb. So I'm just kind of going around the outside edges. I won't go quite as wide in some spots. And if you take your palette knife and just pat with it, sometimes we'll change the pattern up. I don't know, I might maybe make this one a little bit bigger. Kind of join it. If you're doing this at home, turn on some music. Just don't overthink it. Just add your texture. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to add some where my suggested leaves are, but I don't think I'm going to make this quite as thick. I like it a little thicker around the outside edge and not as much where my leaves are. And I don't do like a perfect leaf. You just kind of skim it on. So maybe, a little bit hits like half a leaf. Just trying to see if I've got all the spots here. Looking at that colored photo. Okay, I'm gonna do just a little bit up in here. I know it gets a little confusing on the photo because of my third sunflower that I decided to put in towards the end of the painting, but that's okay. I'll just get a little bit of crackle medium on in here. And I feel like I'm probably pretty good. Just having a little look here. All right. I should probably put my palette knife down. Just- all right. I'm gonna stop. Let's feel because at the end we do take our palette knife and skim on a little bit of paint too, which will add more. So I feel like this is looking really good. I'll get it up under the camera so you can see. So even my suggested leaves are not perfect. Like just, if you get half a leaf, whatever. Okay, so I'll set this off to the side so it can dry. If you have any questions or anything, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. And I look forward to seeing you guys on Zoom Friday afternoon. Bye for now.